sixth graders. Super short lesson today, basically just an informational thing for you. So lesson 17 is about drawing the coordinate plane and points on the coordinate plane. Because we're not in person, we're not going to physically practice drawing them. We'll talk about it more in person, but I'm going to show you. So you'll have an X and Y axis, an origin, and the quadrants that we talked about last week. So if we go to Desmos, this is the calculator I've been using with you guys, the graphing calculator. So 0, 0, which is right here, and we can even put a point there just so you can visualize it, is the origin. So the center of everything in the graph. Here we have the x-axis, so the first number of any ordered pair is going to be found on this line. So if you have 5, 6, you're going to go 5 here first. Then here, this vertical line is the y-axis. So then you'd go up to 6. Then your point would be there. And I'll put that one in too just because. All right, we talked about the quadrants. So you have quadrant 1 here, quadrant 2 here, 3 here, and 4 here. Occasionally you can be asked what quadrant a point or line is in, and then that would be what you'd answer based on the location. And then the last thing that I wanted to tell you about is, so if you would draw a graph, the biggest thing is making sure that your points are all the same distance away. So you can totally draw lines and just make it a 5. So you could go by 5s, but it has to be consistent for both the x positives and negatives and the y positives and negatives. So I'll show you a quick example here. So if I were to just draw a graph here, I told you I wasn't going to do it, and now I am. So you draw your lines, and it says that it wants you to label them. You don't have to, but it is good practice. You have the x-axis and the y-axis. So here's 0, 0. So let's say I wanted to go up by 5. So this would be 5, 10, 15, and I'll just go up to 20. Okay, so then here I would need to go up by 5, 10, 15, 20. Here, 5, negative 5, negative 10, negative 15, negative 20, negative 5, negative 10, negative 15, negative 20. Now, obviously, if you're drawing them, they're not going to be perfect, but you just want to make sure that you're, I can't think of the word, but you're going up by the same amount of numbers with each line. So you wouldn't want to say like, that's 20 and now this is 22, because that's not accurate. So if you'd point out, like do a line at 5 and 5, and then you'd want to do 5 and 25, be like maybe right there, but that's further away than 20. Okay, I think that makes sense. So that's it. Basically just a quick overview for you guys. There's no assignment, and I know that Mr. Colander's not giving you an assignment either. So please use this time to get caught up on work, whether it's for math or science or social studies or spelling or math, English or whatever it is. Ask us if you have any questions or are having trouble figuring out what you're missing, and enjoy the day off from an assignment.